you've been trying to make money online for a while now. You've seen all of these guides talking about making your first 10K, 20K, whatever. But kind of thinking about it, you realize that's kind of really far into the future. And I kind of want to help you on how I made my first $200 doing online. So obviously you're going to have to listen to like the more advanced people because I can't give you like one-to-one like scaling advice on this, but this is mostly just like me sharing my thoughts and also just trying to give like my past self or younger self like some insight. I've made $200 like in the past 1-2 months, something along those lines, and made decent progress with that. My conversion rate is really good right now. The main thing for me is lead generation, so actually like my offer and all that stuff is pretty good. If you don't know, I'm like a calisthenics coach online. I have a like calisthenics school, and I have like communities and all that type of stuff that I run, and basically people pay me in order to be inside of it, where I sell courses and group calls and coaching calls and all that type of stuff. So what are the 3 things that actually I've been doing that have really helped me? And there's 3 big ones: posting content, having a free community plus free program, and then warming up leads inside this free community. So this is kind of how this system works. This is like kind of my framework / template. I post content online. This is my second channel. If you want to see my main channel, literally go to like click my channel, look at my main channel. You can see like the type of stuff that I post. But I just post regular, like helpful type of content. The format that I've been using is this is a Kindle. I actually learned it from the book .com Secrets by Russell Brunson. Essentially what it is it is a hook, story, and then offer framework. So basically how it works is if I were to hook you in the beginning of a video, this one was a little bit different because it's more so like educational and I don't really care about selling you anything. You can either listen to me or not. But how it would work in like a regular YouTube video for me is long form. So it would be a hook. So let's say I'm talking about handstand push-ups. One of the hooks that I've used is if I told you you could get from 0 to 70 handstand push-ups quickly without having to be confused or having to worry about constantly what exercises to do or how to progress or something along those lines, whatever. That is a hook very similar to what I would do. And the reason why that would work so well, and that's one like the most viewed videos on my channel, is because that's like a pretty profound statement. I'm saying it as if I'm an authority. I'm like, if I were to tell you you can go from 0 to 70 handstand push-ups, which sounds absolutely insane, would you believe me? And then I go into the story aspect. So I hooked you, now I go into the story. Then I'll say something along the lines of my client, and I'll show a video on screen, for example, or I'll say that was the reality for me, and I'll go over my story, and I'll say over the past couple of months I went from 0 to 70 handstand push-ups in one session. The first 6 months I was injured. The first like 2 months after that I had to rehab, and over the course of the next 4 months I healed my shoulder. Like I had a shoulder injury, whatever. I healed, I made crazy progress, and I'm going to be giving you my exact framework on how to do this. If you're curious on even more detail past just this video, go to the link in the description, get the guide, get the like my paid program / community thing. You'll get all the info you need. Link in the description. Just click on it, go in, make an account, all that kind of stuff, and then you'll have like absolutely everything that you need. That is something similar to what you could say. So that was all like the intro part of the video. So I hit you with a hook, said something just to get your attention, to make you go, wait, what's he talking about? Like, is he serious with what he's about to say? I go into a story, basically just saying like my results or the results of other people, or you can even go like more personal with the person individually. And if I sound like a little bit incoherent, I've been up for 24 hours. I've been doing a ton of work and stuff, and I just haven't been able to sleep. I'm on like my 3rd cup of coffee because I haven't been able to sleep. So if I'm not able to sleep, I might as well not feel tired. So brain isn't working properly. But essentially, you do the story, you kind of hit some pain points, you try and make it emotional in the beginning of the video, because if you can make the beginning of it emotional, then people tend to watch longer. My retention is actually like pretty decent for like a 20-minute video. I think I average like 4 minutes in the beginning, which is like pretty good. I think that's a retention of like 20%, which I think is not bad for educational style content. I'm pretty sure I've seen that somewhere on like a YouTube podcast. I don't really pay attention to like analytics and all that too much because I don't understand any of it. You don't either, which is why I'm just giving you like the basic framework. But you do hook, then story, and then you give your offer. And you can say, before we get into this fully, if you're interested in even more content and being able to work closer with me and other people inside of my community, First link in the description, second link in the description, whatever else. I have 2 links in like the description for my video, so I have my free and paid product. My free one is first, paid one is second. Doesn't really matter the order. If you have a ton of leads, then you can do paid first, but I like to personally use the free community like as a lead magnet, and I'm going to explain what that is. I use that as a lead magnet, and then I warm up the people once they join. So call to action, you record the video. It's just giving value. Literally write down like 2 to 5 points, just super valuable info. Don't hold anything back. Give as much free value as humanly possible. People will trust you. They'll get results, whatever. You'll build up a reputation. You'll get likes and subscribers and all that type of stuff, and you will make progress. People will eventually, at some point, join your program, as long as like the quality's high. So like normally I'll have a microphone and I'll be sitting at a desk. Obviously this is a little bit different because it's like my unfiltered channel and I don't really care as much. But on my regular channel, the quality would be a lot higher. The lighting would be better. I'll have like an actual script in front of me where I'll be reading. I wrote down like a general guideline right here on my second monitor, which is why you keep seeing me look over, but normally like I'll memorize it a little bit better and all that type of stuff. Next, when you have your free community, so that was the first thing, posting content online and especially prioritizing long form. Long form converts a lot better than short form unless you get literally like tens of thousands of views on short form. Almost everybody, I had it as like a survey for, it was like one of the questions I originally asked people who joined my communities. It's hot as balls. It was like one of the first questions I asked people was, where did they come from? Like, when it came from like how they joined the community, how they find out about me, all that type of stuff. Almost all of them said like very similar videos. So like basically the most viewed videos on my channel that were also educational. Having my free community, you can make a Discord server where it's literally one channel. You don't have to be super autistic about this. And having the ability to privately DM people is actually the biggest thing. The framework that I use, and I need to continue using because I kind of forget about it, but I need to keep doing it because 100% of the people I have got into my paid program I followed this framework for. You get them into your community. You message them, you maybe send them like a video of like you welcoming them. It's super easy. You get maybe like one person to join per day. Like it takes 0 effort, literally a 1-minute video where you take your phone, hold it up and be like, yo bro, I saw you join the community, like really happy to have you. Just quickly, like because I'm sending this to you, I just wanted to kind of get a gauge on who you are. If you could just drop down like your PRs or like where you are like in your journey for X niche that you're talking about. If you can just like list that or whatever, then I will do my best to like help you with whatever like topic we're talking about. So for me, it would be calisthenics. So the message I would send would be like, hey, where are you in your calisthenics journey? What's your biggest struggle? Let me see if I can help you out. In a lot of cases, I'll actually, because most people like have very similar problems. It's not very difficult like as me as a calisthenics coach because I'm like fairly experienced. You can see how giant my arm is. Ooh, it's not very difficult for me to like help someone fix their problem, especially because I get like more beginner guys. It's usually simple stuff. The more advanced people who join, yeah, it's a little bit more difficult, but still it takes like barely any brain power. I'm gonna hop on a coaching call in around 3 hours and my brain is barely working, but I know it's gonna be completely fine because like I've worked with the people already in there a ton and it's all just basic stuff. It's nothing too crazy. I'm just gonna be yapping and making jokes the whole time just to like fill out the 1 hour block that we have. But that's all. You're going to message them. You're going to send the video. Once they respond, be like, if it's kind of 50-50 if you want to do it through DMs or not. But what you can do is something that worked really well for me is getting them on the phone. If you can get the ability to call them, video call, voice call, whatever. If you're charismatic, if you can make jokes, if you can be a little bit funny, if you've been on like self-improvement for a while, you're probably able to do this to where like you're decently charismatic. You know how to like smile and you talk and move your hands and all that type of stuff. If you're able to do that, when on camera, when on the phone, and you're able to help with their problem, they're going to really like you because you're helping them for completely free. And that's crazy. After they experience results with what you tell them, so let's say your niche is, let's say you try and help people, what's a good one? Let's say you try and help people lose fat. If your niche is helping people lose fat, give them advice, wait like a week, and then ask them, hey, did my dieting tip help? Are you feeling like less cravings with the mindset that I gave you? 9 times out of 10, if you kind of know what you're doing, 9 times out of 10 they will say, oh yeah, it really helped me. Like, I've never ever had someone, like, I've helped over like 30 or 40 people at this point. I've never once had somebody say, no, it did not help me, your advice didn't help me. Every single time without fail, if you know what you're doing, you will be able to help the person in a very like easy and convincing way if you're good at your specific topic. After that point, what you can do is, I was trying to do coaching at the beginning and I just really don't want to because I'm super busy and I just don't want that kind of commitment. I coach people for free, just people that I like and people that I want to help out in general, just for like practice and testimonials and all that type of stuff, just so I can say like, oh yeah, I helped this person get from 30-pound weighted pull-ups for 1 rep to 30-pound weighted pull-ups for 10 reps. Like something like that, super quick and easy, just use it as a testimonial so I can say like, yeah, I helped that person out. It's nothing like too crazy. What you can do is you can say, hey man, the free content has helped you out. We went on the one call. Right now I'm offering like, and this is kind of how you're going to structure your offer. You're going to do 1 time a week group calls, so it kind of feels like exclusive, like one-on-one. You're going to do 1 time a week group calls. You're going to promise to add like at least 1 course in there. So like I use school.com. So you're going to promise to add at least 1 course on your topic. If it's like losing fat, you're literally just going to make like short video course about losing fat. You probably know how to do that. Literally, if I were to go into like my program right here, this is called Front Lever Mastery. So I basically teach guys how to do a front lever. Let me show you. Just right here, school.com, you have a bunch of modules. You have like different things. You don't have to add as many modules as I do here. Like also almost always add bonuses because people just like having bonus stuff. But like if you look at my program, like you don't have to add all of this. You can literally just have like 1 course and then call recordings, and then that's kind of it. I have like bonus lectures as well where it's basically just extra YouTube videos, to be quite honest. That's literally all that it is. Just adding some cool stuff, adding some cool bonuses, setting up your about page, like making a what's called a VSL is also important. Literally just like talking about your program. Like, I don't know if you can hear it, but if you listen to my hook.
Well, to know, but my advice has changed your life. Whether it's advice on building muscle, whether it's getting stronger, building a physique, training a specific skill, you have got absolute insane results that nobody else has provided you with from my free stuff. This is my paid program. This is like the...
You kind of see there how I went with the hook. That was long, and I could have went to like more of a story aspect, but I go into that more. The thing is with the about page, I don't know this for sure, but my theory kind of is that if these people are already like dedicated to me, because as a content creator, that's more so what people are joining for. There's 100%, there's people who are smarter than me at calisthenics. There's people who are smarter than you at your niche. We both suck, to be quite honest, compared to like the actual experts. People join these programs because of me and you. And that's a major limiting belief that people always have, is that why would anyone listen to me? Because if you tell your story and you give off your results and you have decent results proportionate to where you started, people are actually going to really respect that. And there's going to be people who had a very similar starting point who are going to be inspired by what you have done. If you kind of think about it like that, you go, oh, that makes sense. They can relate to you. And if they relate to you, then they become closer to you. They get deeper and deeper into your inner circle, which is why you do the free community. You do the free videos, and then you do the free community, and then you like message them through DMs, and then you tell them, hey, I'm not offering this to everyone, but for $49 pre-sale, you'll get lifetime access to group calls, and you can have like the course that I release, and you can have maybe some like bonus features and community and like replies from me, like one-to-many replies from me, where like I'll respond to you in the community so everybody can benefit from the advice. I do call recordings, and you just sell it like it's a product that you're proud of, which is the entire point of what you want to do. You want to make it something that you're proud of because you're selling it for money. If you help these people and you're also small, I've noticed a lot of people actually want to help you. And this is like more low ticket. So what that means is essentially low ticket is like, it's not like a big one-time purchase. It's like monthly stuff. So basically anything like below $100 or like $250, sometimes like $300-$400. Again, it depends, like per month is considered low ticket compared to like the main offer. So low ticket for like a massive business could be like $10,000 a month. but their high ticket product would be like $250,000, $300,000. For you, your kind of how I have it formatted is I have a like inner circle, which this advice I got from Alex Hormozy, where it's have something sell that you never plan on selling, but it's just there kind of as a gauge. So you see like $197 a month, it would be, I believe, I want to say like $600 a year, just to get like my personal WhatsApp. Like that's the only thing that you would get from that, plus like the regular school features, but nobody would use it for that. But I just have that so I can have like a high ticket thing. And then I can price that above my actual coaching, because guess what? You get my WhatsApp, you get all my knowledge, and you get all that kind of stuff. And I can price my coaching at an even higher price. Think about how insane that is. Really, really think about that. Think about like how much value you can bring for really not doing that much work. Like an extra video a week where you talk about whatever you want, literally what they vote for. It's going to be something that they want to know from you, so you're at least credible enough in their eyes, so they're going to listen to you. Put a course together, which maybe takes like 2 hours of recording. You can do that literally in whatever period of time you want. Have the community aspect, have the bonus lectures, have the call recordings, and then call it a pre-sale. So what that means is it's a one-time purchase for X amount of time, and price it in between $47 and $97 or $99. 97 is probably a better number. For some reason, I don't know why, Russell Brunson talks about this a lot. Basically, the best way to price things is like with a 7 or a 9 at the end. So it would be $47, $57, $59. It would be I think 63 is also a good one. Again, for some reason, I don't know why, just that's just what marketing people say. 67, 69, 77, 79, 87, 89, 97, 99. Anything between that is a one-time purchase. If you get one people to buy that and you change one person's life enough, you can make so much progress helping these people. And it's absolutely insane, like the abilities that like online business gives you where you can help these people. I'm so proud and happy that I'm able to like make the effect that I'm making on this like individual group of people, because it is, these are my boys. It's literally called, like, my paid community is called the Maloney Athlete Academy. My last name is Maloney, Brandon Maloney. That's what the name is. Stupid. But that's literally what it is. And it is such a cool thing. And I'm literally recording this because I want to, and I just want to help people. Because one day I would actually like to get into like business coaching and like all that type of stuff. I just am not nearly at the level to where I need to be. So right now I'm like just giving off kind of what I learned. So don't take anything I say like 100% certain. I'm not an expert in this. If you want stuff that I'm actually good at and I can actually help you with, go to my main channel where I talk about calisthenics and mindset and all that type of stuff. But if you find this interesting and I can give you like some ideas, because I am learning from like credible people and I'm kind of just spewing advice they have given, I just haven't really achieved the result, and I haven't like molded it all together to where I'm able to put it into a framework for you specifically. I just kind of know how it works for me, and even then I'm probably not doing it right either. And if I am, then awesome. If not, I have a lot to learn. But I will say my conversion rate is very good. So what conversion rate means is essentially like, how many people do you get to your about page? So how many people do like know about your product and basically clicks on the page to go buy, and how many people sign up? I want to say I've had like, I really don't know. I don't have the metric in front of me. I wouldn't know. But I remember at one point it was like 50% for my paid product, which is ridiculously high. But the thing is, I had to warm the person up and they had to know about it, and it was this huge process, and it took like a couple days or a couple weeks to get someone to buy, whatever. But I actually managed to sell. And after years of saying like I wanted to try online business, I want to get an online business, whatever, I actually managed to do it, and I'm technically an online entrepreneur. And it's just such an awesome feeling. I can tell you like the exact amount I made. Let's calculate this. So 72 plus 84, those are two payouts. 156, and then plus I think 34 I made. So I made $190 essentially. Maybe a little bit more. I could be missing a payment, but about 200. It's just so awesome. It's just such an amazing thing. I love doing this so much. It's literally what I want to do for the rest of my life. And it's just such a fun thing to grind and get better at and all that type of stuff. that's been everything. My name has been Brandon. Keep doing the best of doing your best. I'm going to try and post on the Unfiltered channel more and more. Just kind of giving thoughts, all that kind of stuff. But keep doing the best of doing your best. I might have my paid program or free program linked in the description. Probably not the free one because I don't want like people who are into business or other stuff going to my like calisthenics community. But if you're interested in my paid program and you actually do want to get better at calisthenics, then you're more than welcome to. I also will have my inner circle thrown in there if you're interested in purchasing that. Cheers, bro.